Hey everybody, welcome to Dragonbane, back from our 2 week break and getting back into following up on a kind of an emotional, crazy episode. So just a little recap where we were, what's happened up until this point. We have finally found our first piece of the puzzle that we actually held on to. And we made a
For
new
now.
friend in Tonk, and we lost a friend in Liro who died due to his greed in the crypt below. Tonk was murdered by a passing hunter of some kind named Kyra, right? Is that how you
Yeah.
pronounced it? Kyra. Okay. Um,
Yes.
who, after a little bit of tense negotiations, Beyonce and Vaughn welcomed into the party, which did not really sit well with Vulwin, who took off on his own, taking the mule or donkey with him. Uh,
Joey.
Joey the donkey. Separated for a day or two, they all found themselves in the middle of a blood rain as rain literally turned to blood for overnight one night. And a couple of those that are more well versed with their myths and legends did recall that this was tied to the demon Sathmog, whom may or may not be gathering power again. They finally made their way back to the town of Outskirt, where they found that this place too had been drenched in the blood rain, and most of the people in the town had abandoned their duties to try to help clean it up. Eventually, they all came back together, and Volwyn made it pretty clear that they were done. As they all split up, went their separate ways for the night, you would all have your shift rest, and we will pick up the next morning with whatever you all want to do because yeah, you got a full day just back from town. You've all got a couple different things I know that you wanted to do, but for now, the town is still kind of on edge, as you can still see just walking around town. Even when you wake up and first look out your window, you can still see the blood smeared across the pavement, across the window sills. It's an ugly sight. The morning's here. The sky has cleared. What do you all want to do?
Beyonce is putting on some rags and finding a sponge and getting right out there with everybody else and cleaning. She wants to look real good for all these people. Look at me, I'm helping. As if she were running for mayor and needed good PR picks, right?
Fair
That
enough.
is what she's doing. She's cleaning roofs. She's singing while she's doing it, entertaining people,
Can
making
you
everybody love her.
remind me? Can you remind me what your current fan count is at?
I think I'm at 12. Hang on,
Okay.
I have it somewhere.
Technically, it would be 11.
Oh yeah. You got to take one
Heroes.
off
Yeah.
because Lero died. You
Oh,
do have to take one
no.
off.
I I
Yeah,
don't I
take one
don't
off
know.
for bowling too.
I don't think Vulwin was ever counted in that group. Uh, um, actually, hang on. I have a list somewhere.
Let's see. Um, and I know that what you're doing isn't performative. Like
Mhm.
there may be a little bit to it, but still, I'd like you to give me a performance roll
Okay, cool.
doing this.
Uh, Here we go. Oh, really?
18. You're helping, but even the great Beyonce out helping, getting her hands dirty. There's just so much going on that people aren't really paying you that much attention. They're grateful for your help, but you're not really making any kind of like scene about it. You know, no one's really talking about how Beyonce herself is helping out, but you're still doing a nice thing. Good
Yeah,
for you.
just being
Beyonce's humble era.
yeah.
I'm not.
Kyra's quick and easy. Kyra's doing the same thing. She has rolled up her fur after sleeping outside near the gates and just kind of like squeezing out some of the blood that she had to sleep on after clearing as much as she could. But she's doing the same. She's just trying to help and do as much as she can, whilst trying to keep a very close eye on Vaughn and Vulwin if they
Okay,
are
well,
around.
that's an interesting question. Von Volen, what are you doing? Are you out doing the same thing, or what would you be doing?
I need some supplies. I want to go to the general store.
Okay. So you're gonna head over to the general store, and then Volen, what are you gonna be doing?
I've been since I guess last night looking for the gnome.
Okay. So you go ahead. Let's see. You go ahead. Man, we never really determined the best one for this, did we? Because he's not hiding. Go ahead and give me an awareness check, and I will get back to you in just a second. As Vaughn, you're gonna head over to the general store, correct?
Yes.
All right. So
16, by the way. I finally found it.
you did finally find it.
Yeah, 16.
Hey, you had more. You had more than you thought. Okay. So when you go over, you know exactly where the general store is. You've been there before. You've done a little bit of shopping there before, and you know that it's Master Olvar's store. When you get there, though, he is not there. You open the door and the little bell rings, but you do see Jory, who's standing behind the counter. And hold on, it's Vaughn, yeah. Vaughn's the
Yes,
name.
Vaughn.
Vaughn, I'm good with names. Welcome in. I'm sorry, my dad's not here right now. He's out helping with the cleanup, but he left me in charge of the store. Can I help you with anything?
Oh, great. Yes. I would like a few things actually. You see that that nice hat you got there on the shelf?
Uh-huh.
Can I take a look at it? Can I take a look at it, please?
Absolutely. Just a second. He turns down, he gets the hat, and he dusts it off a little bit as it had a little dust that had gathered since it's been sitting out there for a while, and he reaches it over to you. That's a mighty fine hat, if I do say so myself. Very nice.
Yes.
Oh, and it looks
Artwork.
great on you. That is just amazing.
You like it?
I do.
much?
It looks really nice.
How many gold for it? Or silver?
Oh, that hat. Let's see. You know what? To be honest, I think I could let it go for 5 silver.
5 silver? Well, that's a little steep, don't you think?
Gosh, that's a nice hat.
Okay, I'll take it for 5 silver.
Okay. And he just starts bringing it up. And do you need change? Or are you just giving him 5 silver?
Oh, but actually, I should have ordered everything together. I do need a few other things. I need a staff and a pony.
Oh, okay. I don't really have ponies. There's a man up at the northern gate that can help you with stuff like that. I can give you a staff, though. Any kind of wood in particular?
I would like oak, if you have oak.
We do have oak. We do. Do you have access to the list in the player's book? The staffs will be
Everybody
the same.
should.
The staffs will be the
Omega,
same, but they're
by
in
the
there.
way, your voice is a little quiet. They're having a little bit of a hard time hearing you in the group.
Everybody should have access to the items, which is the suitcase next to the actor meeple.
Okay.
Is
Under
Oh, boy.
rules, right?
No, it's the suitcase up at the top between
Yeah, I
the
know, but
meeple
then
and
the
the
gear's under rules, I believe.
yeah,
That's all I was saying.
yeah, and I'll just open up and I'll show you everything.
Yeah, so all the stuff like that will be going for the prices listed in there. Staff looks like 2 silver. Wow. It is a fancy hat.
okay, so 7 silver for everything then, right?
Yeah, that'll be 7 silver. And then again, like I said, if you need a pony, I would go. There's a guy at the northern gate that sells stuff like that. We just don't really have the place to keep ponies in here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for coming in.
I'll see you again, I'm sure.
Like
Well,
Jory
Bill-
would love to have some ponies.
We'll be here. Jory would love some ponies. All right, is that all you needed?
Yes. If they can't hear me, do you think you could turn me up in Discord? Is that the reason?
I have you up in Discord.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, you're at 200% in Discord.
Holy. Wonder why.
So, let's see. You, Vulwin, were looking for Howard, right? Howard the mage duck.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
You had an awareness succeeded. So yeah, it doesn't take too long once you get out into the streets. You'll notice today is especially foggy, and the fog seems to cast even more despair over the town than normal, mixed with the blood that seems to be everywhere. It's a pretty bleak day. But you do eventually find Howard, not too far from the southern gate where you kind of first came in. And he's kind of leaning back against one of the walls. It looks like you can see there's some blood on his feathers. It looks like maybe he's been trying to help too. And he's just kind of like wiping some sweat off his brow, taking a little break. Whoa. He doesn't seem to notice you.
I walk up to him and somebody got some big feedback.
Yeah, it's Omega.
Okay.
Now you're too loud. You got some feedback going on.
It would not be an episode
Without
There
some
we go.
technical
Dragonbane
difficulties.
without technical difficulties.
Alrighty.
That's how we roll
yeah.
here.
So Vulwin will approach him, and he will, as he's walking up. That's why. It helps if I actually have the character sheet open, right? There we go.
That's a good first step.
And yeah, it is. And he will go ahead and clean off Howard with a wave of his hand.
Whoa! Oh,
And I
thank you, friend.
so yes, and I believe it's time for you to how do they say honor your deal. And I'll reach in and pull out his spell book.
You went down and found my spell book. You went
We
down
had a deal. I bring your spell book and you teach me your magic.
Of course. He takes the spell book from you and just starts flipping through it. Oh, this is really it. This is really you found. How did you survive?
Yeah, just a wave of my hand once or twice, and he died.
You killed the wraith.
Yes, I am Vulwin the Wraith Killer.
Sorry,
I don't.
really funny.
I don't know if there's anything I can teach you, but I can sure try. Of course, of course, I'll try to teach you with.
Well, I believe you said you are elementalist, correct?
Of course, yes.
Yes, I would like to learn elementalism.
Well, of course. We can start whenever you'd like. I mean, I am currently helping, but later today I'm free if you want to meet up.
Oh, very well. I'll let him know where my room is at the end and what room number it is or whatever they do. Now, my friends, make sure you hold on to that now.
Oh, of course. I won't let it out of my sight. I'm truly grateful. I can't believe that you were able to do that. Ah. The Wraith Slayer. That's almost as
Sounds
cool as the
familiar.
Troll Killer.
Yes, but mine actually is true.
No.
Wow.
It is true. He did do the killing blow on both.
Give me a
No.
persuasion check. Give me a
Killing
persuasion
blow.
check.
Now, you sneezed on it when it was almost dead. Thank you very much.
I mean,
Persuasion, you said?
technically,
Oh,
you didn't do it yourself. The Wraith could have gone after you if Leroy fucked off as
I'm
well.
gonna push it. I'm gonna push it
Go for
because I am. What's the word? I am exhausted of hearing her tell these lies and
Yeah.
everybody
way.
dancing around her. All right, here we go.
Oh,
Dragon.
succeeded with a dragon.
Ooh.
He his eyes kind of go up. Oh, interesting. You know what? The tale always seemed a little far-fetched to me, but, these tales take on a life of their own.
Yes, they do.
But
Well, I have
Especially
some.
when one's head is a little big, but that's okay. She is good natured. I appreciate her talents.
I do have some friends that'll be interested to know that. I appreciate the information.
Hmm. All right, don't make me come look for you now, friend.
No. I'll be over at the Three Stags as soon as I'm finished here.
All right, take care.
Oh, you
And then he'll
too. And
turn around
again,
and leave.
thank you.
Just kind of.
Beyonce, your fans drop down to 13.
Rude.
hey, wait, how did we get up to 13? Weren't we at like 12
No.
and then 11 and then 10? Or
No,
did I disassociate for like
No.
half an hour?
She guessed at 12. When she looked it up, she was actually at 16.
Oh damn!
Yeah, 12 was a guess before she found the number. So-
I was like, fuck, I know I've been a bit switched off because I'm trying to like keep my mind on the game, but like, holy crap!
Lots of
missed the whole
stuff. You
revelation.
gotta keep up. There's a lot of stuff. This game moves fast, man.
Yeah, come on. You know how we are.
This game moves fast. I can assure you, Wolf. No, the fuck it does not.
So a little bit of time goes by. Is there anything in particular you all want to do in town, or anything you're looking for, or are you basically just helping with the cleanup efforts for now?
Beaky needs to look for armor and or start getting some commission.
Okay. Fair enough. So sounds like you're looking for the smithy. Asking around, it's easy enough to find out. They point over to this large log building. You can see that it has an open front, and from inside there's a glow of the hearth that you can see even from outside. And through the fog of the day, it kind of almost looks like a beacon in the middle of this just dreary street that you're on. As you kind of make your way in, you can see all over the place there's hooks with all kinds of weapons and armor that are just hanging from the ceiling. And you can hear in the background this just melodic, like, bing, 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 as you see one of the dwarves is back there pounding out something on an anvil. No one seems to be talking to you yet, though. The guy seems to be just working.
Beaky is gonna pull out her flute and harmonize a little bit with the melodic and rhythmic sounds of the forge for just a little bit, just to
Okay.
because yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever worked hard labor like that. I happen to have done very similar work, and as soon as you hear somebody like picking up a tune to that, you're like, yeah, like you
Give me
start doing it.
Give me performance. Give me performance.
Yeah.
Succeeded. Okay. You start playing it, and then he's hammering around, and then he kind of pauses for a second. And then when he pauses, you stop playing as he looks over and just kind of notices you. And then he hits it again, and then kind of goes back into it as you pick up and just start playing around with it. And he just kind of gets into it. He doesn't stop to ask if you need help or anything. He just starts. And then he kind of glances you and gives you this kind of sly smile as he kind of moves the sword he's working on down a little bit, starts banging it even faster, forcing you to pick up the tempo. After a couple seconds, actually probably a minute or two, this female dwarf comes out from the back, kind of looking bewildered at the male dwarf that's hammering away, and like looks back and forth at the two of you. She you can see that she is heavily tattooed. She's got tattoos like all over her face, and she has a like twin beard down to like right above her breasts that is like braided and adorned with these like really nice gemstones. And she's like, "What the fuck is going on out here?" she just shoots her, or what you assume is their brother. You can see some familiar relations there, just in their features, and he just like stops midway, and then just goes back slowly, just working
Yeah.
on it. I'm
Uh,
sorry, my brother's a little bit of a goof. Can I help you?
I no worries, gorgeous. I'm a little bit of a goof myself. I was just coming in. I don't know if you have noticed, but I am in fact a duck. Uh, and
Well,
I
I
was,
hadn't. I don't see race like that, but I can tell now that you say that. Of
yeah,
course,
see
I
all the
knew you
feathers?
were a duck. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how very nice of you. Uh, I was one of my problems, however, being a feathered being as I am, is I find it hard to find armor. I don't know. You have probably heard of me, especially if you've been around after hours having a drink over at the Three Stags. I am Beyonce, the troll killer. I have been using my sword um, a lot, and I'm finding that I might be a little bit more squishy than I would like to be. So I'm looking for maybe something flattering, but still comfortable enough to be able to both perform and battle if need be. And I was wondering if you might be able to help me out.
Sure, sure. I apologize. I haven't heard of no troll killer, but I'm sure it's just I don't get out much, so it could just be that. So you're looking for like a whole wardrobe change, or what do you? Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, I'm called, and that dumbass is my brother Badenor. Okay, um, and he just you could see he just doesn't miss a beat as he looks up and just kind of glares at her, squints his eyes, and just kind of goes back to it. And she gives him just kind of like a sisterly teasing smile.
This sibling thing.
Yeah. So what, do you have anything in particular in mind that you were looking for, darling?
Um, we but also be called what a beautiful name. Yeah, I was maybe
Thank
looking
you.
for maybe some chest armor, something to protect me, but it does need to have a little bit of room so I can breathe. I don't know if you heard the music when you were coming in. I do like to perform.
I did. It was
And
actually quite nice. It was. You say you perform around here often? Three Stags, I
yeah,
take it.
yeah, we're at the Three Stags. I have a regular appointment there. Usually every couple of nights I'll play for the crowd.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to come check you out sometime.
Sure.
You know,
Uh,
and apparently, if you ever need like a drummer, we've got one on staff, from what I
Yeah, I
hear.
was gonna say he's pretty good. I don't know if you uh are as good as him, but we could have a whole rhythmic
Oh, no,
session.
no, no. I'm not musically inclined myself. You can see that Badenor is just kinda grunts and just keeps going at it. So chest armor, anything else? Do you need a new weapon? You mentioned that you were playing around with your sword lately. You need fixing or
Well, yeah, if you want to take a look at it, it was acquired by me. I had found it in a cave shortly before one of my many encounters. And I don't know if it I'm fairly new to the art of swordsmanship. So if you would like to take a look at it, I would be more than happy to hand it over, let you take a look.
Sure, sure. As you hand it over, was it a short sword?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is an okay sword. I mean, with a little love and care, I know Badenor really can really do some nice work with it. It's just crafting something like that, it's pretty expensive. I don't know how much you were looking to spend or what your budget is, though.
What were you thinking it might for the chest armor, some good comfortable stuff, and and the sword, what were you thinking it might cost?
Now, you're looking for something breathable. Are you looking for something made out of leather or some studded leather? Did you have any kind of material in mind?
So leather might work pretty good.
A nice case of custom fit leather like that's gonna run about 2 gold.
And how about that sword?
Well, the sword now, to be honest, the sword you got here, It's not bad. It'll do its job. You don't really have to. I don't think you need to trade it in if you think it's doing the job. But now, if you're looking for a really nice short sword, uh, Badnor can make you one, but it's pricey. We're looking at 80 gold for that.
You know, I think I might be able to squeak something around that. I think I have been on more encounters than I have originally anticipated. I had just started with the dagger. I didn't think I was going to get in as many fights as I have been in. So I
Well,
think maybe
killing trolls,
upgrading.
I can imagine that's you need a good sword for something like that.
I know, right? It's been a lot. We also just encountered a whole horde of undead. So any sort of way I can
Wow.
protect myself, I think I might be able to uh squeak that by. Maybe both the leather and the sword for 80 gold. Throw it all in together. Barter. Am I rolling
Yeah,
barter?
give me a barter for sure. For sure. Let's see.
Ah, boo.
Failed.
Okay.
You can push it if you want.
You know, I am going to be okay. I got a bunch of errors. Hang on, I
Yeah, the
can't.
formula cannot be. Yeah,
Go
popped up
things.
to me too.
Come on, come on, come on. All right. I'm gonna be a little dazed. I have been cleaning all day. I am probably a little out of it. And I am going to try again.
7
Yeah.
succeeded.
Nice.
All right. You know what? That's probably fine. I need to dock Badnor a little bit anyway for the little impromptu uh, concert we just put on. Again, you hear from the. He hasn't said a word yet. He just keeps grunting in her general direction. All right. So you give us a day. We'll have you the leather. We've actually got that in stock, so we can get that pretty quick. He just has to make some modifications, and then we'll drop what we're working on and get you this short sword fixed up real nice for you.
That sounds excellent. And you know what? Just to thank you, you come on over to Three Stags. I'll buy you a drink too.
I'll see you there. Now,
You-
you know us dwarves can drink though, right? So I'm gonna need
Oh
the
yes,
strong
I do.
stuff. And that doesn't always come cheap.
You don't worry about that.
Yeah, it does seem like you got money to throw around.
You just come and enjoy, honey.
Well, maybe I will. You go have yourself a great day, and we will have your sword ready tomorrow.
Thanks so much. I'm gonna go back to cleaning.
Good luck out there.
Thank you. You too with your brother.
Okay.
I will
Yeah.
waddle out.
And she waddled away.
Right.
So, um, we will pick that up. You'll be able to pick it up tomorrow, but you'll be adding leather armor and a master crafted short sword.
Excellent.
Okay. Volwin, do you happen to remember what the rules were for learning magic? I can look
Why
them
don't
up.
you go ahead and look at your message I sent you through Discord,
Oh, there you go.
and we'll just kind of run that like it is. So, Volwin is
Ah, okay.
back at his room, and at this point, he feels he's done with this part of his life, and he's not quite sure if he still wants to travel with some of the people in the group. So he's going to take some time to learn elementalism. And hopefully, through the concentration and the steadfast of uh, crafting magic, maybe he'll come to a decision and an answer. So he's going to take a break from the party.
Hey, So
And roughly, it's a week to learn a thing, and then
that's what I thought.
every spell takes a little something too. So we can go over that and figure
Yeah.
out. I'll figure out exactly what the time
We'll go
frame
that
is.
between games. So
Yeah.
the day stretches on. You all go about your busy schedules, cleaning, doing what you needed to do. Is there anything else you need or want to do before we skip ahead to the afternoon?
Vaughn, did you want to go buy a
Yeah, I need a
donkey?
donkey and a cart.
Donkey and a cart. Okay. You can find those for the same prices that you have. Donkey looks like it is 12 gold. Cart is 15. So 27?
27 gold. Yeah. So
And they're easy enough to find. I mean, we can RP it if you want to, but it's simple enough to go up.
that's
They've
okay.
still got a bunch of stuff they're selling, so. And now
Um,
you get to name a donkey.
I don't have a name for it yet. I didn't. Gotta come to me.
have to get to know him first.
Yeah, he's gotta do some things. What color is he?
Let's see. Okay. He's kind of a chestnut brown. But he does have like a really interesting white spot just kind of between his eyes. Just kind of almost looks like an egg shaped between his eyes.
Okay. I pet him and I load my stuff on him and
Pet him, give him a little
we're gonna
snack.
be good. We're gonna be good friends, my little buddy.
Can't off the top of my head think of what sound a donkey makes.
Now I don't have to worry about my max encumbrance is 4. So now this thing can carry 50. So I don't have to worry
Cart,
about nothing now.
yeah. And it sounds like you're not going to have Joey or the cart, so it's probably a good idea. Kyra, did you need to buy anything else?
I just had a joke in my head of the donkey sounds like whoever is the biggest ass, and considering Lero just died, it's probably got an Aussie accent. Wasn't there a thing?
It sounds
I think I
exactly like Eddie
remember.
Murphy.
Wasn't there a thing, I think, unless I'm thinking of like something else or another game, like ages ago when we started, if you were able to like spend time like practicing or training with a skill?
That is a
Was
thing.
that a thing?
Yes, that is a thing.
Because I think with Kyra, the only other thing that they would probably do would be heading down to the town guard to talk about the dragon piece that Vulwin had and how dismissive they were. But like aside from that, I wouldn't really know what else they would do other than cleaning and training.
Okay. I do know you can do stuff like that with skills. It does take some time. It's very similar to doing
Yeah.
like the magic.
Yeah.
Don't remember where that is exactly. I'll look it up, but you want to
No
go
worries.
ask some questions to the guard though. Like the head guard.
Yeah, because I had already made up my mind when we had the when we had the chat at the tavern that Kyra was gonna go and talk to the guard and let her know about the dragon piece and what's going on with that. And the Vulwin had been quite weird or like dismissive about like the power that it held and what was going on, which was raising suspicions for Kyra.
Okay.
So, and then with
Sure.
the information, it's all about was it Malagog? I think. No,
Maladuke.
the Maladuke. That's it. Knowing a lot of information about it, they've got a piece of it. They've been looking for the other ones. They lost another piece. Like, I don't know. Kyra's in suspicion mode.
Okay. So are you looking for Hardy? Are you looking for the guy that like the main guy that you guys met? You, not you, because you weren't there as a character. But the guy that kind of like ran the guard at the southern gate.
Yes, because he would be
Okay.
the head.
Okay. Yeah. No problem to find him. You have been to this town before, so you're familiar with Hardy. So it's easy enough to track him down. And he's not too far from his post. He recognizes you, but I wouldn't say that you two are like really know
We're
each
not both.
other. But,
Yeah.
as he sees you coming, he's like, um, hold on. Kira, yes?
Close, Kyra.
Ah, sorry. It's been a long
It's
day.
fine. I get it all the time.
You look like you
Um,
have something to tell me. You're approaching with
yes,
quite
I
the...
have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Mainly due to some of the situations that have been arising with the rumors around those. You remember talking about the dragon pieces or like the pots?
This
I believe.
like the statue pieces.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean,
those.
that's, a couple weeks ago, not many people were talking about it, but for some reason, the chatter's been going. Seems like I'm getting questions about that every other day now.
Yeah, I've only just come by a little bit more information about them myself, so I'm still a little bit iffy on the idea. But I wanted to ask if you had any well, I'm not even really asking information, it's mainly confirmation on a couple of things. Um, Namely, do you know the name Maladuke at all?
Oh, sure. Maladuke's
Everybody
the...
does?
Yeah, well, most people that are concerned with the safety of the city are. She's been, organizing what's left of the orc troops out there. She brought in some goblins, she brought in some trolls. She's been a real pain in our ass. Rumor
Right.
has it that she's been going after those dragon statue pieces too. I also heard another
Okay.
rumor that some dumbass just handed one to a goblin.
Speaking, speaking of that particular dumbass and his friends, um, they found another piece and was quite willy-nilly throwing it around on the table in the tavern. Do you know, like, Vulwin, Vaughn? Do you know that party?
I think they came in with Liro's group, right? Made quite the show. They rolled up with, man, dozen easy mercenaries and demanded they all be arrested. It was, yeah, it was. You don't forget something like that.
Wow, sounds intense.
Like
Can't
camping.
imagine how that would feel. um, I mainly just wanted the confirmation on the Maladuke was the one that was kind of funding them, wanting to obviously. If we had a situation of falling into the wrong hands, Maladuke's probably the wrong hands. Let's be honest.
I would
I
assume.
was a bit
I mean,
suspicious.
we've had problems with orcs in the past. I can't imagine they have anything noble to do with it.
Okay, I wanted the confirmation. I was just a little bit suspicious with how blasé that Volwyn was. I had found them outside of Riddermount, where the basically where the cemetery was. They were talking and conversing with a ogre, and then they were very upset when apparently I didn't know that he was a friend and I killed it.
So
But they were talking with the ogre.
you think
I
they're
think there
in
might be
league with
something going
Maladuke?
on there. I mean, I haven't had any evidence otherwise.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I'm pretty sure my persuasion's really shit.
Oh yeah, you're a different character now.
Never mind.
Ooh.
My persuasion might be getting a little bit less shit.
This is a serious accusation. If they're working with Maladuke and they found one of the Dragonstone pieces, this could be trouble.
I mean, they
said
pulled it out and put it on
they
the
were
table.
seen with an ogre outside of Rittermound, you said?
Outside of Rotobound, I was originally hunting a pack of goblins. That was the recent mark that I was given. I believe it was posted onto the mark board, onto the hunt board. Sorry. And when I had gone over there, apparently they had already gone down into that tunnel. I don't even know what it was. But
It
apparently
was
they'd
a
already gone
crypt.
down to the tunnel. The goblins had died. There was no evidence of that. They just said, "Oh no, they're dead." And then they were really upset that I killed the ogre that I couldn't see from a distance. Apparently they were talking to it and were friends. I'm like, everything has just been very suspicious and coincidental. I genuinely think the only one that isn't in leagues with it is Beyonce, and the only reason I think that is because I think she's a little naive. I just think she's a part for the ride. They might be using her as a way to keep their suspicions down. But Vulwin is very suspicious, and I don't know.
What of
Something
Lero?
just didn't feel right.
What of Lero? Their caravan leader.
I don't know Aliru. He wasn't with the party.
Even more suspicious.
He one of their friends as well.
Yeah, he's the one that paid for all of
Kyra's
the...
not British. Sorry, I just had Bailey on my mind.
I have you in too many games. It's my fault.
Sorry.
This is
was he one of their
concerning.
friends?
Can I... Let's keep this conversation between the two of us. And if you don't mind, keep an eye on them. And if you see anything else, let me know. I have to have some conversations.
Okay.
Frank! He kind of nods at someone off over to the right. I'm leaving the wall with you for now. I need to step away for a bit. Is there anything else?
No, that was the main thing, but thank you for at least hearing me out, sir.
Of course. This is concerning. Wow. That was a weird startup for the for the music. As he very coolly turns and walks away.
Road to El Dorado style.
I didn't trigger that. That was just Sirenscape kicking in. So, he walks away and leaves you standing there. But he definitely seems to have taken your advice to heart.
Kyra is going to kind of look around at the wall, noticing that there's probably still many blood splotches that weren't able to be cleaned up yet. And she's going to start getting ready. So she's also going to head up to the blacksmith about a open helmet, I think was the item thing that I'm looking at.
Okay. Open helmet. Let's see.
Yeah.
That is going to run you 12 gold.
Yep. I will purchase one of those.
Okay. Again, custom fit, it's going to take them. You can probably pick it up the same time Beyonce picks hers up tomorrow morning.
Okay, cool. Actually, that gives Kyra a great chance to keep an eye on Beyonce.
Mm-hmm. So, anything else? Vaughn, you got anything else you want to take care of?
No. I'm just going to take my donkey and cart and walk back to everybody else.
Okay. So, some time goes by. And at this point, it's early evening. And if you have nothing else to do you want to head back to your room or head back to the inn for the night? Or, I'm not pushing anything. Just let me know what you want to do. Because it's early evening. If you got nothing else to do, we can turn in or...
I'll probably perform for a little bit, especially because I invited people to, I probably did that too. I was like, probably, it's my first night, official night back. Everybody's been cleaning. So she's probably gone around and been like, hey, if you need a break, I'll perform tonight. I know, just give yourself a nice time to relax, come to the inn, grab a drink, enjoy the music. You deserve a break today.
Hey.
On her way back. I'll probably do a little performance tonight. Hopefully looking for her girlfriend thing that she's got going on.
Absolutely.
Keep an eye on her too.
Well, then let's jump back to the Three Stags for a little bit then.
Where can I put my donkey and cart?
There's a place outside for the donkey to be tied up. They have troughs and stuff right outside the front door.
Okay.
I'd say, Vaughn, you're probably the last one to show up. As you come in, Beyonce's already off in front of the piano performing her music. You do catch sight of Kyra just kind of sitting at one of the tables drinking by herself. No sign of Vulwin anywhere. But off to the right, you do see the lady that seems to be Ophelia, who has her drink and just seems to be watching Beyonce intently. There's a couple other patrons around. Give me an awareness check.
Who? Everybody or just
You, Vaughn.
okay?
Succeeded. For the most part, you kind of do a scan. You don't see the evil duck that's been causing problems. But there is one character in particular that kind of catches your eye. Nefarious, do you want to describe what your character looks like sitting at the table alone and what they're doing?
You see an orc, which is very strange because that is a nightkin, and people don't take kindly to nightkin. He has a shield on his back, scimitar at his side. He's in chainmail and has an open helmet sitting on the table. On his armor, he has a amulet displayed, and you would recognize that amulet belonging to the Circle of Justice, and that is an order of knights that patrol the lands and right the wrongs and the injustices. They are feared, not respected. But they do have a main headquarters, and sometimes they are given missions to go out on. And he is on a mission. He is on a mission to find a thief named Rilzen that stole something he shouldn't have. And so far, he has been led to this place, which it might be fortuitous because one of the party members that he heard was with Rilzen was this duck that liked to sing. So he has come in to see if he can find that duck because this would be the next place that the group would come to from where he's been tracking this Wilson.
Vaughn, you notice that he too is watching Beyonce intently, but whereas Ophelia has this look of deep appreciation. I'm sorry, what did you say your new name was? I almost said Vulwin. Let's see.
I didn't.
This guy, that's right. Yep, I caught myself. This guy is just kind of staring at her with, it's hard to read, but kind of a determined look on their face. It alarms you just a bit.
So, this is like a side character Nefarious is playing?
Oh no, we'll see.
He's playing them for now while Vulwin
Surprise.
sorts some things out.
In this order of justice, wouldn't they be against orcs? Or is...
That is what you would think, but for some reason he is a member. Because nobody would dare to impersonate a member of the Circle of Justice. And they have special amulets that declare that they are a member. And they are magical, so they cannot be forged.
Well, I'm just gonna keep my eye on this orc, and in the meantime, I'm gonna nod to Beyonce, let her know that I'm here, and signal the waitress, my lady, I would like a bottle of your finest wine tonight. I got lots of gold. Tips are good today.
Of course.
Treat me good.
And you see Lenara come over. Of course. Wine and how's everything going?
Oh,
I've
couldn't be
heard-
much better.
I've heard you managed to find something very interesting recently.
No, nothing really.
We can talk
we
later.
lost,
I'm
okay.
sorry. And she kind of looks around. We'll talk later. As she goes back,
Yeah.
and a couple minutes later, she brings you your wine. And then for the rest of the afternoon, she kind of avoids you unless you specifically ask her to come back over.
Okay. How much was the wine?
She hasn't charged you for it yet.
Okay.
Yet.
And I'm just gonna just listen to the entertainment and have a drink. Been a long, hectic week,
It has.
and I smell dirty orc.
All right, what about the rest of you? What are y'all doing tonight?
Kyra is reluctantly jamming.
Reluctantly.
Kyra's been watching, like, trying to keep an eye on everybody that she can. But like she's trying to keep an eye on Beyonce because she genuinely, like, I think it's like more of a, she's hoping that Beyonce is just like innocently a part of it and is just naive to what's going on. But as soon as she sees Vaughn, she's eyes locked on. But she's still tapping her foot under the table. She's enjoying the music while she has a drink.
Like
Can
your writer, Beyonce is talented.
Oh, yeah.
Beyonce up her fan count by 1?
Can she?
Yeah, you're the only one who can tell me that.
If she succeeds a performance role, she might.
Let's have it then. Let's have
Let's
a
do
performance
it.
roll. I was going to ask for one in a second anyway.
Do it
For
with
some
a
of the
boon,
mishmash.
because do it with a boon because Kyra does appreciate women a lot more than men, and like not like that, but like she does have more. She feels more of a sisterhood rather than with men. Like she's been screwed over before.
Either way, both of them
Succeeded.
succeeded.
You can add one to your fan count.
You can add 3 actually, because there's 2 new people that have come in. One of them you don't know, but the other one was actually make that 4 because you see both of the dwarven siblings come in, make their way over to one of the chairs.
I like nod and like wink at them and like sort of like do like the bar singer like sort of like dance like hey.
They just he just kind of nods to you and goes to sit down, and she does this like really exaggerated clap, and they both go over. Let's see if I can actually drop them. Let's see. I think I can. Yeah, let's do it. So this is what they look like, just in case. And then they will go over. Let's see. They recognize. Yeah, you went in to buy something too. So they'll come, and if you don't mind, they'll sit with you, Kyra.
Feel free.
To zoom in on what they look like for anyone watching. So that was those 3 at the table and 1 passerby. So you get to up your count by 4.
Woo. Take that, Vaughn.
Vaughn.
What did Vaughn do?
As a
Or fucking Vulwin.
Vulwin.
Yeah, Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn.
Come on, Vaughn.
Jesus, man.
What
What's
a
wrong
long
with
day.
you?
Speaking of Vaughn, as you're sitting there, you feel something kind of hit you in the head, like very gently. Like it doesn't hurt, but you feel something hit you, and then you look down and kind of right on the right next to your drink, just a little wadded piece of paper.
I look around,
I was
see
about to
who
make a
might
really
have
mean
thrown
joke.
at.
Your eyes immediately catch on Alphilia, who is staring at you. And as she sees, as you like finally see her, she just goes, as if she wants you to join her table.
So I'm gonna unroll the paper anyways. Maybe there's some kind of note in there, or it was just used as distraction.
As you open it up,
Or-
it was just used to get your attention. There's no writing on it. It actually looks like it's like a piece of paper that was kind of wrapped around one of the napkins they use in the bar, but just to make it a little thicker. But yeah, it's blank.
And so I gotta move to her table.
Okay. As you go over and you sit down, she just kind of looks at you. You didn't actually think I'd write something on the note.
Well, just in case.
Well,
So, how's it going?
it's going well. Although I'm hearing some rumors about you and your group. I heard you managed to find the piece in Rittermount. Is that correct?
Piece? I don't know what you're talking about. A piece? A piece of what?
The statue. Let's not play games here. I have multiple eyewitnesses that say that you were brandishing it about just yesterday.
Oh, yes. Vulwin just putting it in everybody's eyes. Well, yes, we got the piece. It's hidden in a safe spot, I could say.
You've hidden it now.
Yes.
No more flashing it about in the tavern.
No. I don't know why Vulwin did that, but...
Well, it's
I made the
gotten a lot
mistake
of people
giving the
talking.
first piece Yeah. Well, I just want to be careful because I gave that first piece to that goblin. I don't want to lose the second piece, too.
No, that would be very unfortunate. Based on what happened yesterday, I'm starting to suspect we're running out of time. Have you learned anything else since you've been gone? I take it... She looks around. Wait, where is... I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. Lido, that was with you.
Oh.
But it's like, yep, that's right. That was his name.
Sounds correct.
Liliendo, yes.
Yonder!
That's right, sorry.
He-
I
He
only met him
was-
once.
Jesus.
Yeah. He unfortunately met his demise.
He didn't make
He
it out
had
of
a-
Rittermount.
No. Like you said, those spirits and specters, they're very dangerous, and yeah. He got greedy. Basically, he got greedy. It's just greed that killed him.
It gets most of us, eventually. Well, I am happy to see that we've recovered one piece, at least. She's kind of looking around. So is it just you and Beyonce then now? I noticed
who are
that
you
Vulwin's
looking
not here
at?
either.
Do you want the piece?
Do I want it? Personally,
Yes.
no. If you think that it would be best kept in my care, I will take it from you. But my main concern is that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Now, based on the understanding we've come to previously, I'm assuming your hands are not the wrong hands. Do I need to be reevaluating that?
No, I assure you.
I've
Fool
also
me
heard
twice,
some
shame on
rumors
me.
about your group palling around with some of Maladuk's forces. Word travels fast here in Outskirt.
Maladuk? Now, why would we be traveling around with Maladuk's forces?
See, now that's what I was wondering.
No, that's just rumors, gossip. You know how things travel around.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, good roll.
She stares at you intently. It did seem a little far-fetched, but there's been some rumblings in the guard towers. Of course, everyone's on edge after the blood rain yesterday. Anyway,
But shouldn't we get the other pieces of the statue?
I think we should. Even having one, it's not enough. Whoever's after the others, once they find 3, there's nothing to keep them from coming for this one. I think our only option is to complete the statue and end this for good.
Or what if we find all 4 and just destroy them or something? Just separate them. It's better probably just that they never come together.
That's what we thought
Don't you think?
before, but now look what's happening. Separating them, I don't think is an option anymore. There's too many people, too many forces looking for them. No matter where we put them, it would buy us some time, surely, but eventually someone's going to find all those pieces, and Sathmog will return.
One does not simply.
I'm hearing
Can you
dark
Can you
things.
tell me some
Sorry, go ahead.
dark things? I noticed that orc over there on that table. Do you know anything about him?
I don't. I've had my eye on him since I came in. I was actually quite surprised that Lenara let the orc in through the door. That actually just makes me a little bit more suspicious. You already know how I feel about her.
Well, did you see that amulet he has? It's funny how an orc is wearing a circle of order
Yes,
amulet.
I don't really know what to make of that. I haven't engaged yet.
Circle of justice.
I haven't engaged yet, but I'm keeping my distance. I'm keeping my eye on him. I'd like to know what he's doing here.
I can go talk to him. Maybe find some information out.
Why don't you do that? Find out if he's on the same side we are.
Okay, my pleasure.
In the meantime,
proceed.
I'm just going to enjoy the show for a bit longer. She kind of turns her attention back to Beyonce, and you can see as soon as she does, her posture changes a little bit, and just a sly little smile comes across her face. She does not seem to be paying attention to you anymore at all.
Girls got bad.
Are you going to go talk to our new orc friend then?
Yes.
This should be good.
You are in my way. Choose a different seat.
Hi there, my friend. I never seen an orc in such a long time, and what brings you here into this lovely little inn? Enjoying the music?
I will forgive you because you seem old, so you're probably hard of hearing. I said you are blocking my view. Please pick a different seat.
Oh, yes, for sure. I'll sit over here. Yes, she's lovely, isn't she? Beautiful music.
No, she's a duck.
You don't like ducks?
I don't care about ducks. I just don't think they're pretty.
Are you talking loudly? Or
Me?
quietly?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
This is how loud I'm talking.
Okay.
What
I'm
do
just
you
wondering-
want?
Ophelia may have
What?
had some things to say about that.
Excuse me, she's got a great tushy.
So I'm sorry. What was your question, old man?
Well, I just couldn't help notice that you have an amulet of justice.
Yes, the Circle of Justice. I am a knight. As you would know, I get this quite often, the orc. If anyone other than an ordained knight of the order attempts to put on this amulet, they immolate.
Yes, orcs are usually the dark kin.
Yes,
Are you-
usually.
Have you seen the light, my friend?
If only you knew, but yes, you could say that.
Well.
So are you with the duck?
Yes. She's my
Oh.
good friend.
So you must be Vaughn.
Oh, how would you know my name? Does my reputation travel that far?
Yes, actually, the one that gave a statue to a goblin.
Oh, how would you know that? You wouldn't have it, by the way, would you?
No, that is not my mission. I'll talk to you. You seem interesting from what I've heard. I'm looking for a thief called Rilzen. He
Remember,
stole
none of
something
us
he
learned
shouldn't
his
have.
name, so you don't know his name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He was an
right.
elf. He was an elf traveling with a halfling merchant, Lero, I believe they called him.
Oh, I'm sorry. He passed away.
Really? And how'd
Yes.
that happen?
He
Those.
got fucking back.
Yes, it was poison, wasn't it? Those poison arrows.
Death by bat.
Totally the bats.
Oh, it was the bats.
The bats have
Yes.
killed so many things.
No, it wasn't the trolls either. That had nothing to do with it. He just kind of looks you up and down. I believe you, old man.
Yes, I got nothing to lie about. I'm too old to fib and, fool people.
Hmm.
I want to go to the grave with a nice conscience.
Well,
I'm already
normally
1 foot in it.
I'd go ahead and leave, but it seems you have admitted about these statues. I didn't really quite know it was a rumor.
Well, yes, thanks to my good old friend, everybody knows about the statues now.
So therefore, the 3 pieces, correct, to get to the sword?
Oh, you do know this, so yes. Since you know
Oh,
this,
we know.
I guess you're from the Order, and they must know everything.
Not everything, but enough.
Well, we're on the good side. Um,
You
we are
really
looking for
believe
the.
there's good and bad?
Well, no, honestly, I do not. That's
Oh,
just
you're a
Mother
lot smarter
Nature.
than people give you.
Well, we can always hope, anyways.
Hmm.
Are you interested yourself in finding these 3 statues?
Are you offering?
I offer you to join our humble party. We could always use a strong arm like you. And I'm sure your order can use some assistance. We've been in this area for a few weeks already.
Well, lucky for you that I am actually oath-bound. So yes, whether you like it or not, I am tagging along.
Okay, great. I can't. You got to meet Beyonce. She's great. And we have this new member too, Kittyaya. I think her name is. Can't remember. I'm really bad at names, Everybody gives me trouble over it, but yes, I remember faces very well. So,
My name isn't hard. You could just call me Lord.
Lord,
I am Lord. Lord.
I don't know.
It's
I
easier
feel
than
comfortable calling
remembering.
you Lord.
It's easier than remember Gruthu.
Grew through. No, I'd rather call you Grew through. I don't want to call you
No, 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 no. Crow. Cro- Crow. Come on.
Crow.
Crow. Thu.
Crow through.
There you go. Crow Thu.
Crow through. Okay, Crow through. I think you kind of scared the name into me. My
I
name
love
is
he's gonna get
Vaughn.
Crow through right. I couldn't remember
Vaughn
Lero.
Goodwine.
This is amazing.
So many jokes. So many jokes.
So where are you at with your quest for the pieces?
Well, since you got this Order of Justice amulet, Crow through, I think I could trust you. Yes, we have it secret. I have it myself in a safe spot. We got 1 piece. We had 2.
Oh, so you recovered a second piece.
No, we didn't recover it. I gave it to a goblin by mistake. At the
No,
time,
a
I did not
second
know what it was.
piece.
Oh, the second piece I have. Yes, the first, no. But
But
it's
they gave
funny
it to
how-
you to hold.
Yes, they thought I would not make the same mistake. I assume, anyways.
So what are your
But
plans from here?
well, I think we got a little bit of luck on our side. We haven't been here 2 weeks, and we already found 2 pieces of the hidden artifacts that have been lost for centuries.
Well,
So
doesn't matter how many you found, it's how many you have. So you have one.
yes.
So let's see. So you have the duck in your group, obviously yourself, the halfling Lero, and I believe you have an elven mage. Is that correct?
We did have Lero, but he passed away on our last mission.
Hmm.
He died a valiant death in our quest for that statue. Without him, we wouldn't have it.
I'm sure that comforts him.
Yeah. I got all his gold, too.
I'm sure that comforts you.
Yes, I got a donkey and a cart. And now I don't have to struggle carrying my equipment.
At this
All right.
point,
Well, what's your
you
next move?
you all hear the door open, and Hardy walks in. And behind him are a bunch of town guards. Beyoncé's music kind of stops as everyone kind of looks around at Hardy. You all can carry on your business. We're just here to take a couple of you in for questioning. He looks over at Beyoncé. Beyoncé, and then he looks up at Vaughn. Vaughn, if you'd please come with me. Please don't make a scene. We have some things that we need to discuss.
I looked over to Crowthrew. Like, trying to get a signal. Is this a trap? Should I trust these people? With my eyes.
I'm just looking at them. I'm not even looking at you.
Why sure, honey. I don't want to make a scene in front of all these nice people. I will be back, everybody, in a night or two. See you later. And then I'm just gonna follow because I don't have anything to hide. Again, it is correct that I am for sure.
Ophelia
I think
walks
I'm
up to Hardy. Hardy, what is the meaning of this? Ophelia, stay out of this. This doesn't concern you. This is outskirt business. I think that I have a right to know what's happening here. I said, stay out of it. She kind of shoots you a look, Beyoncé, kind of looking for some direction. Her eyes kind of meet yours.
Um, I am going to give her a nice little sweet smile, and I'm gonna say, "Don't you worry, honey. It's gonna be okay. I will be back."
And I'm not letting Beyonce go by herself, so I guess I will come with you too.
Crowthrew stands up, grabs his scimitar off the table, holding it in one hand, and picks up his helmet, holding it in his other hand, and walks after Vaughn.
Hardy looks at you as you're walking towards them, and then looks at Vaughn, and then back to this orc that he was just seen having a drink with. I suppose you should come too. I do
You make it
appreciate.
sound like it's a choice for you.
He stands up really straight. You're still taller than him. I would suggest you mind your tone. You may be strong, but you are outnumbered. And this is just a few of my men. Do
Yeah.
not make this ugly.
My friend, I was just stating a fact. If you can't handle truth, then I have no idea for you. Shall we go?
I was stating a fact as well.
Sure.
Now, gentlemen, let's put our swords away. Let's just go. Y'all keep my seat warm. And just trying to make everybody feel at ease. Like
As
this isn't a big deal. Everything's fine.
as you leave, there's just a small chant. There's like 2 people that are drunk at the bar that's like, Big Beyonce! Just as you leave, you can hear just their drunken chants as the doors close behind you. All
So
right.
as we walk outside, you see a massive black stallion, but the hair just above his hooves on our 4 legs have a long hair, and it's all white. And then underneath his chin area to his throat is also a patch of white. And he walks over to it and whispers something in its ear. And then he untethers it and starts leading it with everybody.
Okay.
Ira is going to be sneaking behind, keeping an eye out, because she's just seen another orc walking with Vaughn. She's on high suspicion.
Sure. Yeah, that did not help their cave. That's for sure. Yeah, go ahead and just give me a sneaking check.
That is a success.
All right. Yeah, nobody going along seems to notice you as you stay behind. You see that Hardy leads them all back to this small building that's kind of interior, but still around the south side, not too far from the southern gate. As he brings them in, he brings you all in, and then he takes you down below. And down here, there are a bunch of different cells. And you can see, Beyonce Vaughn, you recognize a lot of the faces in these cells. They're mercenaries that you recently traveled with. And as they see you, they're like,
Oh.
what'd they get you for? Would that Lero get away? Hope he's rotting in hell.
Yes, he might be.
By the way,
What
Beyonce
a thinking.
did not stay wasn't quiet the whole way, not in an annoying way, but she was like absolutely just like shooting the shit with the like guards walking with her. Like she is completely friendly and charming and just like even like Hardy, she's like, probably saw him drinking for a couple nights, like, oh, I haven't seen you around, we were out, but I hope you were enjoying the the performance before you had to stop it. Unfortunately.
And when we
Little
walked in,
snarks.
I tethered the horse outside and put my helmet. Has a strap where it goes, and then as we're walking in, I actually put my sword on.
Okay. They lead you past these cells to the end of the hallway, and there's another stair down where they take you down. And in this room, there are 4 separate rooms with doors, and they lead each of you to one of them. And Hardy, just as he says, if you could just go in, wait, I'll be with you momentarily. I have some questions. Right now, no one is. I have some questions. If you would wait, please. Do you comply?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Vaughn?
Yes, of course. Anything you like. I'm an honest man.
Rothu.
Oh, sorry. I just kind of look at Hardy and Why do you town guards always want to waste time? And I walk into the room.
Okay. So they've separated you. You're each in a separate room, and they've stationed guards outside of each door. Hyra,
Yes.
it would be very, very difficult to get all the way down there.
Mhm.
Are you going to try it?
No, I'm going
Okay.
to be waiting, probably just outside, recognizing that it's where the cells and that are.
Okay.
So I feel like she would probably go a little bit in just to see where they lead them, if it is down into where it all is. But once she sees them go down, she probably just like stays up top.
Yeah. You definitely can tell that he took them down into the holding area.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Well, she's gonna hide, but wait outside.
Sure. And your previous sneaking roll would be fine for that.
Okay, cool.
Give me just a second. We
Don't
lost
be
our...
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Just 1 second. We lost our rolls.
Oh, really?
Well, no, it's just the screen. The window
Oh,
closed.
right.
Just for the stream.
I looked
Okay.
over at Forge and I was like, what do you mean we lost the rolls? It's right there.
I was talking about the stream. Okay.
Sorry.
Let's see. Beyonce. After about 5 minutes, the door opens. Hardy shambles in. And the door shuts behind him. In this room, there's really nothing but a table and some chairs. And he kind of walks over to one side and just gestures to a chair on the other side of the table. Please, have a seat. Make yourself as comfortable as possible.
Well, sure thing. You know you didn't have to get me all the way here just for a private performance, honey. You could have just asked. Like,
No, it's nothing like that. I just have some questions. I've had some reports recently that, um, well, they trouble me a bit. I've heard rumors that you and yours have been caught, how shall we say, what do you know of Maladuke?
I know that she is maybe coming back, and that is not a good thing. You should have seen my feathers. They were pink for a week.
Okay,
Uh,
so just a quick question for my are you trying to like does Beyonce not know that Maladuke's the orc? Is that it, or is she trying to play it off?
she doesn't know. She
She,
knew that Maladuke is the reason for
that's Sath.
the rain.
Okay, so that's Sathmog. That's the
Oh,
demon.
Saphmug.
So that's what I'm asking. Like, does
Yeah.
Beyonce not know the difference,
No,
or
she for sure doesn't. She knows there's like bad guys
okay, perfect.
that like, you know, all this there's a bunch of bad guys. They're coming back. They're trying to get into that lovely little temple that you have up there to try to ruin the world, and that is not very good, is it?
No, it's not. So I do think you have some of your players confused. Maladuke is an orc who's been organizing a band
Um,
of other orcs, goblins, ogres, and they too they have a campaign going to try to find all of the pieces. From our intelligence, they're probably ahead of us thanks to Vaughn's participation. Now, in the beginning, I thought that was just a simple fuck up, but it's come to my attention that you all have recently been seen talking to one of Maladuke's ogres, and that tonight, when I come to question you, I see that you are also hanging out with an orc. And I have to wonder if that initial act of handing over the piece to the goblin wasn't an accident so much as it was deliberate treason.
hmm. Well, first, I have no idea who that orc that was at the bar tonight. I was performing the whole night. I do have witnesses in case you don't want to believe me. You can go ask. Anybody in that bar will tell you that I did not stop singing even after that gentleman came in. Quite scary. I'm not sure why Vaughn was with him. I've never seen him, and I promise that. Um, However, if you're talking about what happened at Rittermount, I'd be more than happy to help tell you what all went down. As much as I can recall, I was uh in the tomb when that other orc was being charmed, if you will, by Lero. You remember how charming Lero can be.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, listen, she's not. She's
Give me a
uh,
persuasion check with a
she's
bane.
with a bane. Okay.
Because when the story was spun to him, there was a dragon on it. So he is pretty convinced of your guilt. And to be honest, the pieces do line up to make you all look super guilty.
Would it still be a bane because Kyra did specifically mention that she thought that Beyonce wasn't innocent and neither was
That's
bystander?
a good point. You did say that. So you get a straight roll. Thank you for that reminder.
Yeah.
Girl, I got you.
That was really close.
So tell me what happened at Rittermount. The ogre.
Yeah, well, we had gotten there originally, and we had seen that there was evil in that tomb, and so we had regrouped to rethink our positioning. As you know, there had always been rumors that there was treasure down there, and
Hmm.
um Beyonce is nothing if not a treasure finder. And so we had regrouped to try to figure out what we were going to do. But as we were doing that, a group of those, what I'm assuming is Maladuke's forces, now that you have said that, were coming to try to get that treasure before we did. They didn't know we were there. They found out very quickly, however, but we were able to use my lovely charm along with Vulwin's smooth talking. We were able to get some of those goblins down to meet their own demise. And the orc who was too big to fit in that hole, if you can believe that, which, I mean, you know how big orcs can be. There's one in the room down there. He couldn't get down, but we didn't want him to kill us. So Lero uh, taught him about uh, money and and something about that. That's again, I was down in the tomb ensuring the demise of the goblins as Volwyn guided them to their demises. I was just there to make sure that they were going to be demised. And I guess when we came back up, the orc was fully charmed and ready to go with whatever we were saying. Um, I don't think he would have, personally, I'm not sure he would have survived much longer than he did already if our dear friend, um, Miss Kyra, didn't come and dispatch him very quickly. But unfortunately, he did dispatch very quickly. I guess fortunate for him, that was a very quick death. He was right down. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't know him very well, unfortunately. I had only had a couple sentences of a conversation before his brain matter was on the ground, fortunately. So,
Give me a
uh,
persuasion check with a boon.
yeah, that's smooth talking.
Smooth talking was all true. You passed your last one. Oh, that's totally
Yeah.
gonna work. 3.
Oh,
Okay. I appreciate your side of the story. I do have some other questions. I may be back in a minute. If you wouldn't care to just wait here, please.
Sure, honey. If you don't mind, would I be able to get some tea? I have been playing for a while and my throat is a little sore. Uh,
I'll have some sent in.
well, thanks, honey. See you in a couple minutes.
He gets up, leaves the room, goes across the hallway. Vaughn, he comes in with you. Vaughn, I just had a couple interesting chats with your friends. Got some questions for you. Now, we've gotten some reports about your collusion with Maladuk's forces. And your new orc friend just admitted to being sent by Maladuk herself. Did you know about that?
No, of course not.
Can you tell me why you gave that statue piece to the goblin?
Well, at the time I did not know any better. He seemed to want it so badly, and just looked like a dirty old statue. Had no worth whatsoever, and it made him so happy that I gave it to him. It wasn't until later that I discovered the true value of the thing, and I wish I could take that back. But
Persuasion with a bane. Ooh. Failed. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna push it, and I'm gonna go with dazed.
What's your persuasion?
Succeeded. My persuasion's pretty good, I think. It's 9. Yeah.
His eyes narrow just a little bit. Okay. Can you tell me exactly what happened at Rittermount? How you came to be seen with more of Maladuk's forces? And I'll have you know that Beyonce is also giving me her account. And if they don't line up exactly... I'm sorry,
what is all these questions for? Like, who am I talking? Why am I telling myself to you?
Well, I am the head of the town guard of Outskirt, and I had a tip come in that was very persuasive. That you and yours...
Very persuasive.
Draconically persuasive. That you and yours have been knowingly in cahoots with Maladuk's forces. You've been seen conversing with them in multiple locations, and you have handed off the piece to them previously. Now, based on what you just said, I am inclined to believe that the first act might have been just poor judgment. But I do get suspicious when it continues to happen. When you're seen at Rittermound, the sight of another one of those proposed pieces, and you're seen conversing with Maladuk's forces in a very friendly manner. And then tonight, sharing a drink with an orc.
Well, you see, adventuring is a risky business, and sometimes you have to do crazy things in order to succeed at your quest. And talking to this ogre was, it was either that or die. We had to find a way to please the thing. So, unless you try these quests yourself, you do not know how dangerous it is out there. And we defeated much evil over there at Riggamore.
You did, that's true. You defeated a wight, the undead. But I can't help but think that that was also Maladuk's goal, to defeat those things. Why should I believe you? You have to admit, this doesn't look good, Vaughn.
Looks are deceiving, my friend. Do I look like an evil, dark force servant of Maladuk? Or a peaceful, curious wanderer who just likes to explore and learn about the cosmos?
I would caution you to not underestimate Maladuk. They are not some barbarous orc like you might think. They're cunning. And the perfect spy would be someone unassuming. An old man, perhaps. One just thirsting for knowledge. One who could play off their clandestine activities as mere elderly mishaps.
Well, I guess you'll never know, will you?
Oh, I'll
But
know
you got
eventually.
anybody else? Anybody else better that can get these artifacts for you?
Give me
Of
another
course you don't.
persuasion check. Still with a boon.
Of course you don't. A boon. Okay.
Yeah, that actually, you had 2 boons and I gave you a bane. Sorry, I said that backwards. It was supposed to be a bane.
Okay, I'll roll it again.
What did you roll? What was the 2? We'll just take the higher. You don't have to re-roll it.
I failed then. 12.
Okay. Sorry, I said it backwards. There are some that we could recruit. I know there are some. Look, anyone I think would be better than someone working directly for Maladuke. And so far, to be honest, you haven't told me anything that allays any of my fears. Your story's
How
not
about
necessarily lining up with Picance's, and the fact that the orc said that he was specifically sent here to relay information between you and Maladuke concerns me even more.
tell you this? The one thing I have never seen in my life that I want to see is a dragon. I've seen pictures and stories about them. They're magnificent creatures. And before I die, I must see one. I must see one. I do not want to harm a dragon. I want to just be its. Maladuke is the demon, and he wishes to harm the dragon. I assure you, I don't want nothing to do with Maladuke.
Give me a straight persuasion roll. Because that is true from your backstory, and it will take away the bane. Well, that is the first thing you've said that I believe. Sit tight. I'll be back shortly.
Very well.
He gets up, goes over, across the hallway once again, this time to throw through. The door opens. Nice to see you're still in here.
Sure. What can I do for you?
All right. I'll just cut straight to the chase. What are you doing here? Why are you in town?
It's really none of your concern if I don't want it to be.
It is my concern. I am the head of security for this town. It is my concern
And
when we
I
have...
am the head of the territories that come to the towns to take care of what you're head of.
My jurisdiction outranks you here. Just answer the question.
I think I did.
Are you really going to make this that difficult? It's a simple question. Why did
You
your
know,
order send you here?
Why did my order did not send me here? My order sent me after a thief that took something that didn't belong to him, and he happened to be traveling with a caravan. And along the way, I've put pieces together that led me to this town. So I was here to talk to a singing a duck, apparently, and as troll killer. I find that hard to believe.
That is what they say.
Yeah. Anyway, I was sitting at the table waiting for her to finish, and the old man came up to me, and so I knew he was in that group, and I asked him.
So Vaughn
He
approached
told
you.
me, yes.
Okay.
So after questioning him, he told me that the Rilzen had perished just outside of a town up in the hills. I guess that's where the troll killing came from. So my mission is complete, but that Vaughn, let me tell you, he's a interesting old man, very trustful. Surprised he's still alive.
Yes,
But
that's
no.
yes. Look, I'm not trying to catch you up in anything here, and I'm not one to think that all orcs are in with Maladuke or anything like that. It's not what it is. I recognize that symbol on your chest. I know what it means. My concern is that Vaughn perhaps did not. We have reason to believe that he is very much working with Maladuke to try to undermine some of the efforts from the local authorities in order to protect this town. My theory
Oh.
is he approached you thinking you
Mhm.
may be related to Maladuke in some way, working for her because you were an orc. That's my working theory right now.
Well, funny that's my friend. The statues came up. That's part of what I had heard as I was putting things together, and he actually admitted to having another one. And he offered for me to join their group. And, well, of course, if, one of us gets a lead on recovering the statues and preventing that sword from being in the wrong hands, we are obligated to pursue it. So I'm now
Persuasion.
part of their group.
Give me a persuasion check straight.
He doesn't really persuade. He doesn't care what people think.
Yes, but I don't have an insight to roll. So you're doing this to see if he believes you.
Why did it roll 2 dice?
I don't know.
Oh, because
Oh, hold on. It was persuasion, right? Is that what I
Yeah.
roll?
Oh, did you push something?
I gotta take my, no, that's awareness.
But
What
you
did it
pushed
give me?
something and took is that what you took it in? Like the charisma one or whatever?
yeah, you were exhausted or something.
That's probably what the
No,
bane.
not Crothu. Not Crothu. That was
Yeah.
Bolin.
what's his
Oh,
name?
you're
Oh,
right.
Lord.
You're
Bolin was
right.
talking to
Here,
Paladin.
let me try this again and see if it does it again, because that was weird. It shouldn't have did that.
Maybe orcs have a penalty somewhere.
Oh, you know what?
They might.
Actually, I might.
Yeah, because they probably stink, and they get a
No.
bane on all persuasions.
No, we actually can. How do you say take baths? We don't. All right, let's try this one. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait a minute. I see what happened.
What's happening?
I see what happened. Hold on. I got fine garments on. So is that giving me the better of the two?
No, it's
Yes,
giving you. Is it?
giving me the better one. Yeah, that's what it was.
Alright.
It's 'cause I
What's
got
your
five clothes on.
persuasion there? Because a 5 failed. What's your
4.
persuasion?
I got a
4?
I told you he doesn't persuade. He doesn't give a shit.
Okay.
I mean, I'd rather just not roll, really, but yeah, okay. But anyway, yeah, he has fine clothes. That's what it is.
So he's just kind
Ow.
of okay.
That's what I'm saying. He's not even really persuading. He's just saying what it is. He wants to believe him, believe him. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I don't have anything to roll, so that's what I'm going with. Because I don't have
Right. No, I
Okay. Well, I do believe that. I do believe Vaughn approached you for nefarious reasons, and I think that he.
Sorry.
Hey!
Hey!
I think that he probably
don't use
asked
my name in vain. What's wrong with you?
probably asked you to join their group, because he thought you were associated with Maladuke.
Doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. I'm part of it, and now I can keep track of the statues and what they're doing.
It may not matter to you, but it very much matters to me where Vaughn's loyalties lie. So, for now, I think I have no further questions for you, but I may be in touch.
Sure. Are they able to leave?
Beyonce will be joining you shortly.
All right, my friend. We're just, you have your suspicions, but you have no proof. And the best way to handle this is for me to oversee this group, and just keeping them longer is just wasting time.
I have
But you
multiple
do.
eyewitnesses, and his story's not adding up.
What
So
what story? What story are they telling?
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't understand, but there's a pattern here that keeps playing out over and over with Vaughn's actions. And again, an eyewitness that has reported what they saw.
What did they see?
And that is something I don't have to tell you.
See, now here I thought we were becoming friends, and now you want to do that.
You
I was forthcoming.
very much thought wrong on that account. Now please exit my
I
jail
just
before I
stand up
keep you here
and I
longer.
push the table away from myself, and if he happens to be on the other side of it, oh well.
No,
And
he
I
stopped
walk
right
out.
inside the door. He does
Okay.
not flinch. You do not intimidate this man at all.
I walk up to the door. I'm like, well, if you want me to leave, you need to move. I can't fit through it with you standing there.
He stands there for just a second. Then he opens it and just steps aside. You're free to go.
I take out a silver coin and put it on the table. That's your tip for opening the door. And I walk out.
He walks out to his guards. Keep an eye on that one. I don't trust him. And I don't care if he steps out of line. We bring him in. I don't give three shits about that thing around his neck. Which you can hear as you're walking up the stairs.
Make
He was
sure you
not-
use 2 eyes. It'll be easier.
He walks over, opens your door, Beyonce. Beyonce, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but you're free to go.
No worries, honey. I know you were just doing your job.
That's
You come on by later when you're off your shift, and we'll have a drink together. There's no hard feelings.
absolutely, of course. Enjoy the rest of your set. I hope I didn't ruin it.
No worries. You probably just made me a little bit more famous. Everybody likes a dangerous woman.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
As she waddled away.
He turns back around, and as you walk up the stairs, he turns to his guards. Double the guard on the door. Make sure nothing happens. If anything does, come and get me. I'll talk to Vaughn tomorrow. And he turns and walks away, leaving you behind, locked in the interrogation room.
Leaving
That's
me in
where-
the cell?
Yeah, he's leaving you in the cell. And that's where we're going to end tonight. Leaving
Oh,
you in the
no.
cell.
Aw.
Kyra screwed you all.
Like, what is that spell that Vulwin taught me? Melt metal.
Electrocute self? I don't remember.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
with the dragon, and just with all the things that happened to Vaughn, they have been just bad coincidences that I didn't really put together until I had to think of something when he rolled that dragon. I'm like, all right, well, something, he's gonna buy this, and then I'm like, a lot of stuff has made Vaughn look super guilty about it being in cahoots with Maladuke up to this point. So yes,
Yeah,
he's gonna leave you in the cell. So
Well, meanwhile, I'm just neutral, right? I don't believe in the good or evil, like what Crowthrough is saying.
absolutely, yeah. And I, as your DM, know that you're not guilty of anything, but Hardy is very convinced of your treason. So we'll see what happens next time. We'll see what your group wants to do. We're in an interesting spot with the group, though, right? Because Beyonce is really the only one you've known for a while. Kyra doesn't have a vested interest in setting you free. So we'll see what happens when they put their heads together to see what to do about this.
I got a good introduction with Crowthrough. right?
You did. That just even made it better, the fact that you were an orc. That just gave me more to go with for Hardy, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
damn. It's almost
It
like
was
we
not a
planned.
coincidence, my friend. It was not a coincidence.
Yeah, it was set up for me.
Uh,
You got
No,
it,
just for
on
the
now.
storyline.
it really wasn't for my part. I decided to have these people come to question you after Kyra rolled that dragon. That was not on my to-do list today. I was like, huh, that makes sense for next logical steps for this. And it just so happened that Crow, through being an orc, just gave Hardy the last little bit to really push.
I'm gonna be honest. Fucking, I love playing with you all, and it's amazing watching everybody do it. But like, let's be real. With how the dice rolled and how everything happened, this episode looks so fucking scripted.
Yeah.
Like,
It does a little bit.
It looks so planned.
I promise it wasn't. I can't. We can't control these dice. We can't even make them roll right. They do what they
Yeah.
want. They just do what they want.
The dice are there for the audience to see. You know.
Yep, they're all there. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk experience. Right. That's
Okay,
the
we do
Shit,
that
I
every
forgot
time.
about that.
that's the see, and we always forget too. That's I forgot that
so,
step. I forgot to forget.
It's so much fun in Dragonbane to do the experience.
It
I
is.
like the one thing I do like about the most of the free league games is doing the experience at the end. And just every session you get like a little bit like more experience, a little better. I kind of like it. We do have some advancement rolls that came up, right? Kyra, I know there were 2 dragons tonight, I think we
Wait.
saw.
Yep.
That was
Right.
Vulwin. I got to do his.
Oh yeah, you're balancing too right now. All right. In addition to that, did you participate? Yes. You
Nah.
didn't explore a new location, unfortunately.
Yes. Yes.
But we were in those.
Jail.
Jail
That
cells.
doesn't count. It's still outskirts. Doesn't count. No dangerous adversaries. I will say, did you overcome an obstacle without using force? Beyonce, you will get one for that. And then Crow through will get one for that. Do you think you overcame it? Vaughn, you don't. Because you're stuck in jail. And I'm trying to decide if Kyra really did. But I'm thinking no.
I feel like she shouldn't, because all she kind of did was convince them that like her thought
Yeah.
process on Vulwin. I don't think it should count for Kyra.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be mean, but I don't
I
either.
mean, Vulwin's terrifyingly powerful, but I don't think that counts.
Actually,
and then
he has become
weaknesses.
so.
If you gave it
yeah.
to your weakness, so
I believe I did for sure. If you want to look at it.
I will
didn't.
trust you on that and
Mention
look at it in just a
Let-
second.
So
All right.
I
I wasn't reckless at all this game.
No, you were very cautious and played it close to the chest. So yeah, so that would be 1, 2, 3 for Beyonce,
One for
4
me.
for Crow through, 1 for Vaughn, 2 for Kyra. Is that how that worked out?
And
Man,
one
I just showed
for
up. That's all
Vulwin.
I did.
and one for
Just
Vulwin.
showed up. No, Vaughn, you were actually kind of the linchpin of this whole episode. I'm just sorry that the experience didn't come out. You know what? I will give you 1 extra experience because I think you deserve it.
Okay, I'll
So-
put it on persuasion. 'Cause
Probably
I'm
a good
trying to
idea.
persuade most of the time.
Probably a good idea.
All right. Scroll through. What do we want to raise? I got all these stupid
And
dice on
bartering.
that.
I do the 2 things I've done. in this
Shit.
game.
Of course, I get a
Therefore-
dragon on my bow.
So obviously we have to do that and that. That's 2. And then
That's the only gripe I have. If you get a dragon when you're leveling up,
yeah, right. That's what I got. It was like
give you
damn it.
another chance to roll. Just roll it again.
Yeah.
That's the only gripe I have, and I can't really complain because it's a game mechanic. But like,
Why you want it to go 2 if you get a dragon? Like you want to go up 2 or?
No,
I think
use
you
like,
should-
it
demon.
could be that you get to re-roll it.
All
Like,
right,
oh, you
here-
got a dragon, which means it gives you a point to the. And no, it doesn't. but,
It
like,
doesn't. No, it blows my mind. Just it's the one roll in the game. You want a high number. That's the
Right?
thing
Yeah.
that just yeah.
Or whoops.
Also, the dice is a little confusing because you see the dragon and you think you got a 20.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's
Wow,
true.
that persuasion roll is funny.
That did not go well. That sucked.
Persuasion for 4 to 5.
There we go. That one
Remind
went up.
me, and this is a question I should know. It's if you roll the skill, that's still a success, or you have to roll under it.
To raise it,
Follow
No,
under
just
it.
like to
equal
you-
to or lower.
okay, for like a check. Okay.
Right.
So yeah,
it's
that
equal to or lower, and to level up, it's above.
has to be higher. Right, okay.
Right.
I was just because I was like, "Oh, you took it to 5." You would have persuaded him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, at that
Yeah,
point,
I've
yeah.
been in since the beginning. All my numbers are pretty low. My highest is 14, I think. I got a couple
Really?
14s. Yeah, I've been failing a lot
No.
of my experience rolls.
So now I do have a question. When Lero brought in his new character, did he get some extra XP right off the bat?
No,
no.
I didn't.
No. Okay.
No.
But I do think it balanced itself out because I was able to partake in getting an extra, one of the heroic abilities, which I
Yeah.
thought was.
I
Yeah.
will go ahead and say you can pick a heroic ability though, just to keep you in line with
Oh,
the rest
okay.
of the group. Go ahead and pick one.
Okay. Cool.
So
All right,
just to
sounds
keep you
good.
in line with the rest of the group. That way, it sucks because Vulwin got 2 because he got the list. But for now,
Yeah.
yeah, take one of those because that was like a group milestone, so you don't have to reset that.
Right. All right.
So,
Yeah, I
'cause
still got to
I
pick him
did
for
ask
Vulwin.
about the stats and that, but no, I think it evens itself out because of how like special heroic abilities are.
Yeah.
So, like,
No, I thought I thought it was something. I just didn't remember
Yeah.
what it was. So
Well,
that's
and
cool.
with the free league games too, I've noticed that the way they are, especially this game, because there's no like CR level or anything like that. It's your characters fight dragons and bats whenever, right? Basically,
Yeah.
it ends up being not as big of a deal. Because the
Yeah.
base stats kind of set your character up with what they want to do anyway. So the heroic abilities, I think, are the bigger things.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, that'll bring us to a close for tonight, and me for the week. I will be back on Monday. Next week we are doing the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG, our episode 2 of that, on Monday night. Wednesday we have Golden Vault, and the next Thursday we have Temptations, and that's another D&D 5e. We do offset weeks for Dragonbane, so we'll be back here in 2 weeks or a
Nice.
fortnight for those of you that feel fancy. Other than that, if you want to hang out with us some more, though, if you want to keep talking, we do have our Discord you can join. We always put the link to that in the description to the videos below. And if you want to, we have a Patreon too. You can join for free if you just want some fun little stuff. I just put up a crossword puzzle. I don't know why. I thought that would be fun, but I put up a Kupo Quest crossword puzzle with like 42 terms on it because I went way overboard. Anybody who sends me a completed one, though, I will give you a shout out on the show as having completed it. Don't know why you'd go through the effort, but do it anyway if you want because it's fun.
Also, welcome to Australia, Americans. You call it a crossword. It's a word search.
No, you're right. You're
Well,
right.
see, we got 2 different ones. We have word searches and crossword puzzles.
It is a
Yeah,
word
but
search. I just always call it the wrong thing. That
Okay.
was not an American thing.
It's
That
not
was
American.
that was
looking
me being
thing.
wrong thing. It is a
That
word
wasn't an
search.
American thing. That was a dumb American
That
thing.
was a me thing. Okay, I'm bad. I always call those crossword puzzles because the words cross in my mind. It makes sense because like when you
cross
find them,
out
they
when you
cross
find
over.
them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
So
a
what do
word
you-
search.
So what are the other ones called? Here's a question. Find out what the word is that this is the question for, and that's all in
That's a
capitals.
That's a
crossword.
crossword. That's what they're called.
No, I know. Yeah.
What do I call those? I call them both crosswords.
Oh no.
Because I'm just an idiot, okay? No one ever knows what I'm talking about when I say that. Anyway, that's where we are right now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for hanging out in the chat. Thanks for still being with us, Drathus. Yes, I did see your message afterwards. I don't check chat when I'm running the game because there's too much going on. I can't focus on that many different things at once. But I always go back through and read them after we're done. So that's why I trust my lovely players to talk to you while I'm busy. Because they don't need to pay attention. They're not going to anyway. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all for watching. We will see you very soon. Have a great weekend. See you next week.
Take care, everybody.